All right, welcome back. AMD is on pace for its best quarter since March of '91. Wow. RBC initiating coverage on the stock, rating it as outperform. No big surprise. $40 price target. Shares, as you might expect, are higher on that. Josh, go to you first, then Steve Weiss, but you get the floor on this one.
Yeah, so I brought the breakout in this thing in the high teens, let's say early 20s, and I'm not taking profits. It's done really well. It's up almost 60% since then. But it's been consolidating for 2 weeks, and maybe this news today or this upgrade today will serve as the catalyst for it to break out yet again. I don't know. But what I can tell you is when you think about all of the areas of the market they're selling into and the complete 180 they've done in terms of what they now position as their value proposition, these are the types of businesses that could go on a multi-year tear of earnings growth, revenue growth. So AMD is now out of the game. We're going to be a penny cheaper than Intel. They're in an entirely new game, which is high value added services, products with higher margins. And
gaming.
Yeah, look, they're in a lot of places where there is a secular growth story, does not rely on a global growth story. These are things that are going to grow exponentially regardless, everything from gaming
I got you. Everything you said is maybe 1,000% true.
Yep.
The stock's up 100% in 3 months.
But it doesn't matter where it's come from because the outlook has changed a great deal and the earnings picture has changed a great deal. So I could look, we could point to stocks that are up 5,000% that then go on to double and triple. I think what you really want to focus on is, am I paying an egregious price for a company with a growth story that's underappreciated, or am I paying a price that could be justified by the fundamentals 6 months out, 1 year out, 18 months out? And I think that that is the story with AMD. Until this thing does something that's completely ludicrous, I'll probably continue to feel that way.
Weiss, you bought it on the Josh Brown recommendation?
Look, I don't really have a lot to add. This is clearly Josh's call. I paid up 50% to where he got in. The only thing, because I can never not add anything, but the only thing I would add is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of original thinking on this story in the street. This is yet another $40 price target. How is it that everybody has the same price target? So that bothers me a little, but not enough for me to sell the stock. I'm just going with Josh. Hope I'm his second call, okay, when he goes to sell. His broker will be the first. He is his broker.
Do we have any disagreement on this name?
No, I would just add they're also in, at CFRA, we have a buy rating on the stock, and I know they're...
What's your price target?
I'm not the analyst. Might be 40. So I don't have it off the top of my head.
For the story's sake, just say 40.
It's 40.
See, told you so.
But from a competitive advantage, too, against Intel, they're in the best position they've ever been in, given the manufacturing and delay issues that they're seeing there. And then also going back to the fundamentals, the gross margin expansion, they're really right-sizing their balance sheet with the cash flow generation that they have. So those are some of the things we also
taking the other side, though, with this big Intel trade.
The most interesting thing in this note,
right,
candidly, I don't know the answer.
Not going to talk over.
AMD is a better buy than NVIDIA. Oh, how that has changed in the last 6 months. I mean, all of us on this desk 6 months ago would have said NVIDIA is the buy.
NVIDIA is 11 times sales, but I think NVIDIA's got some features that AMD doesn't, which is why I hold both of them. I think NVIDIA has just a stranglehold on deep learning, machine learning, because of software, complementary software services that go along with designing tools for the next generation of tech. And AMD does not have that. So I think both of them can work. I don't think it's Coke and Pepsi.
Jim.
Yeah, look, let's be clear. I'm not short AMD. I'm not suggesting that you sell it. The trajectory is higher. I see the better value in Intel because of all the warts that we can all see and talk about. Kasanich, when he resigned or was fired, whatever you want to call it, stock went into the penalty box despite having quarter after quarter of good earnings.
Been there a long time, no?
Well, how long has it been? About 3 months? About 4 months since he left.
Stock's down almost 12% in that
Which means there is time, you know, this is about the time that you would expect the board to come in and announce a CEO. In the meantime, yeah, they've had these manufacturing issues with the 10 nanometer trying to get to 7 nanometer chips. They'll get there, guys. You know, that's what they're working on right now. They've got the scale, they've got the resources. I don't think you put this in the penalty box for much longer.